Hey everybody, it's Jack Sperner. Welcome back to Bible 101 as we continue to delve into the Lord's Prayer. And last week we covered two words, Our Father. So today we are going to triple the number of words we are going to cover. So let's do a little math. 2 words last week, triple. 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to do 6 words today. So let's delve into it as we get. Now remember, the Lord's Prayer is a framework for how we should pray. It's you pray like this. Now, there's nothing wrong in saying it word for word, I don't think. I mean, if you're saying it from your heart, it's fantastic. But it also can be used as a framework for step 1, pray this kind of thing. Step 2, pray this kind of thing. So what we're looking at right now is the steps where we're giving God the glory and the honor, acknowledging He's our Father. And what are we acknowledging next? Our Father in heaven. We're at Matthew 6, 9 through 13, and that is the Lord's Prayer. And we're just taking 6 words right now. In heaven, hallowed be your name. So our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. So we're going to look at those 6 words. In heaven, hallowed be your name. And what exactly is that telling us how we should pray? What is that exactly saying about what we should be saying, or what we're actually saying if we say, in heaven, hallowed be your name? Well, one, finding out where God's home is. God's home is where? Is it next door? Is it down the street? Is it in the next country? Is it on Pluto? No, it's in heaven. So let me ask you this. Can we choose to go visit God? We cannot. God's residence is in heaven. We cannot physically go there. In fact, it's in a completely different realm than our universe. It's part of God's creation outside of this time and space. So we cannot choose to visit Him there. No matter how much we might want to. It'd be so awesome. It'd be so awesome if I can go see God, but you can't. You can pray to Him. You can talk to Him, which is what we're doing now. He can talk to you. He can comfort you. So let's go to Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, here's the heavens, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts your thoughts. So not only are we not capable of having thoughts equal to God's, or even to comprehend God's thoughts, His very residence is unattainable to us. In fact, on our own, we can't even get there, because what's required is perfection. So by praying, Our Father in heaven, you are stating that I'm not in God's league. You're not in God's league. Our Father in heaven, you are not attainable by me. You are majestic. You are unreachable, beyond measure to us. It puts us in our place and God in His place. We are acknowledging that we're not in your ballpark, God. Father, we talked about that. In heaven, we are not in your ballpark. We cannot come to you. We cannot attain to you. We cannot understand you. Essentially, I did a search on the internet to see what that means, and basically it emphasizes His majesty and transcendence. So what is transcendence? What does that mean? Majesty we get. Transcendence means that it's beyond ordinary limits, boundaries, or normal human experience. It's transcendent, beyond our normal experience. It describes something that surpasses, exceeds, or stands above standard levels, often implying superior quality, greatness, or a spiritually abstract nature that is otherworldly. So that is the definition of transcendence. So it's basically what I've been saying. Our Father in heaven, we cannot come to you. You are in heaven. You are above us and beyond us. So when we are praying, we are acknowledging that God is above and beyond anything we're capable of. anything we're capable of thinking. That ties in with the Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. My thoughts are not his thoughts. His thoughts are not my thoughts. We're in different worlds. In fact, Mary and I were talking the other day, just very recently, about how we've been through enough life to be able to see struggles and trials that we had, and how what at the time looked like was a disaster, God had a plan, and it actually worked out much better. And looking back, we're like, man, we're really thankful for what came of that. We never would have done that on our own. So his thoughts are not ours. We acknowledge that. God, we can't touch you. And then hallowed be your name. In simple terms, his name is holy. He is holy. What does it mean to be holy? Holy is faultless, blameless, spotless, without sin. Pretty much sums him up. Pretty much is the exact opposite of us, which is like the heaven. We can't attain heaven. We can't attain holy. Spotless, blameless, and without sin. Here again, the Lord's Prayer in the first now 9 words is setting up the stark contrast between us and God. Everything about God is beyond us in terms of attaining. Now, God is attainable through his actions, which is why we have an entire section on Jesus. You can go and look at my playlist, and there's a playlist on Jesus. And Jesus is the intermediary between God and man. He reaches down to us and brings us up to God so that we can have a relationship with him. But besides that, God is unattainable to us. He is holy. He is transcendent. He is majestic. He is our Holy Father. And in those 3 things, we see it's almost like a trinity of perfection, a trinity that we cannot attain to. So I want to go back now to the 3rd commandment. Not back, but we're talking about, God's name is holy. And the 3rd commandment says, you shall not misuse the Lord's name. Basically, if you think about it, God is not a adverb. He's not an adjective. He's not a swear word, which, by the way, universally, people take the Lord's name in vain, even if they're Buddhists, if they're Muslims, if they're Chinese, or in India, or in Russia. That is universal. So God's name is powerful, and people take his name in vain universally. It's kind of crazy, but that kind of acknowledges that he is who he is. So hallowed be your name. Your name is hollow. You are hollow. You are holy. So when we are praying, we are acknowledging who God is and his holiness. Let's go to Matthew 6 through 8. However it is best for you, start your prayer by acknowledging what God has done for you, for as Father, and his absolute difference between you and how holy he is. Worship his majesty. Now, that is not a quote from Matthew 6 through 8. I encourage you, I'm going to go put it in the notes at the end. I'm not going to read it. Go look at it. Go look and see what Matthew 6 through 8 says. But essentially, we have laid out the foundation for the Lord's Prayer in that God is Father, and what that means and all that's wrapped around that God is in heaven, and that means his transcendence, his majesty, that we cannot reach him, that his name is holy, that he is holy, and we cannot attain to holiness, but he is faultless and blameless and sinless. And we acknowledge that when we are praying, whether you specifically pray those words or you pray them from your own heart. God is basically saying, or Jesus is teaching us, this is how you start your prayer. You acknowledge who I am. You acknowledge who you are. And we'll even get more of that in the prayer. And I am up here, and you are acknowledging my holiness. So thank you for joining me as we continue to delve into the Lord's Prayer. And next week we will move on further. Hopefully, maybe we get a little further than 6 words. I don't know. 2 weeks, 9 words. Hey, everybody, follow the Lord's Prayer as an example or pray it word for word. Just acknowledge him for who he is. God bless everybody. We will see you next week. Bye.